How's it going, everyone? It's Noir Tapes back on another video. Today I wanted to do a video breaking down all the gear that I've got at the moment. The date's 20th of June when I'm filming this, and I'm just going to go through all the gear I've got, sort of tell you how much I used it, like the frequency that I use it, and yeah, just a bit of a gear update. It'd be fun to look at this a few years down the track and do a follow-up and see how much gear I've gained, what gear I've lost, etc. So I've got a list up here on the screen, and I'll just start going through it. So the first piece of gear I've got, you've seen a lot in my videos, MPC Live 2. This is a piece of gear I use a lot. You see it in most of my videos. It's a very good machine for making content. I use it to make beats a fair bit. Honestly, I use Ableton a lot more. But sometimes it's good. It's just the vibe, just to sit down with this and just get to work. You can be pretty productive on it too because you can't access YouTube and these other things. So yeah, that's number one, MPC Live 2. Next, you've also seen this on the channel a bunch. SP404 Mark II. I use this a lot. I use it for a beat set while I was over in New York. I use it mainly for performances. The FX on this machine are great, so I like to use them alongside the MPC and use it as like more of an effects board. Be a great piece of machinery. It was pretty expensive when I got it. I remember it was like the middle of COVID and no one had these, and I was scouring the place for them, and I found one in like Melbourne or somewhere in Sydney. I can't remember, but there was only one left, and so I called up and I got it. So I got a good time. Another piece of gear I use quite a lot. Next, we've got a piece of gear I need to use more. Ableton Push 2. This particular machine is kind of interesting. I wish I used it more. It's kind of in a weird spot in between just using Ableton or using the MPC. Sometimes that's not for better or worse. Sometimes it can be a bit of a pain. Like you're looking at the computer, so it's so easy to get distracted with things. And you've got so many pads to chop with, but sometimes it's just too much. Like, you just got to keep it simple. This definitely works well to play MIDI instruments for sure. You can easily put the scale on there and it highlights the ones that are in key and easily play. I like using it. I need to use it more and probably get better with it. And down the line, it'll probably be good for performances as well. All right, next, you saw this in the background over there maybe, if you were paying attention. It probably wasn't really obvious what it was though. Launch Key 49. This is something I definitely need to use a lot more of, particularly when creating samples, because it's got the keyboard obviously, and I want to get better at playing the piano and the keyboard. So this is definitely something I want to use more. I actually had a question about this piece of gear the other day on one of my videos. This is my turntable. If you're in the market for a turntable, this is a really cheap one. It's just a Digitech one. In Australia, they're like the cheap brand stuff. So you can sort of see, it's got a bunch of stuff like an Audio-Technica turntable, but they've sort of scrapped it and put together a few different turntables that might have been broken and stuff. So it's really cheap because it's a mix of old broken turntables, I think. So the next one I want to talk about was my JBL monitors. You can sort of see one in the background here, but I'll put up a picture right here. I think they're 6 or 8 inch, but they're the JBL monitors 3 MK, I think it's just MK2. But yeah, I can't remember if it was 6 or 8 inch. I think they're a bit bigger than 6 inch. Yeah, no, I love these monitors. I think they're great. I really wanted to get the matching subwoofer, but I couldn't find it. I actually saw one while I was over in New York and I was a little bit upset. But either way. But I ended up getting this Yamaha subwoofer. Picture here. It's below the desk, so I can't. And I'm not going to unplug it just to show you guys. But yeah, Yamaha subwoofer. Sounds fine with them. But yeah, that's all my speakers there. Next I want to talk about headphones. I got 2 pairs of headphones. These Audio-Technica ones. You probably see them a lot. They're actually the M50X. I originally got these because they're known to have a really flat sound. So they're good for mixing. They're kind of uncomfortable in your ears after a while, but it's nice to have them. And I love this cable. That screws off and you can get the standard like aux right there underneath it. So my next ones are the Bose Quiet Comfort 35-2, and they're in limited edition blue. They come in this nice case. Essentially, this is what it looks like in here. They're wireless for one. You have to get an app on your phone to connect them with Bluetooth, and basically as soon as you turn them on, it connects. It's really convenient. They have really good noise cancelling. The only difference is the bass in these is a bit more intense than those ones. Last 2 things I want to talk about. My camera. It's currently recording me. I probably should use my phone for this, but it doesn't matter. I'll just put a picture up here. It's a Canon EOS 200D Mark II. Very middle of the road camera. I remember when I bought it, it was a good middle price point, nothing too expensive. It wasn't really cheap, and all the research that I did said it was a very good beginner camera. And I loved it because the screen could fold all the way around and flip over, so I can see myself recording right next to you right there. And you can also connect it to your phone and pick where it focuses and change the settings on your phone. So it's really nice to be able to set yourself up and look where you are in the shot and see what the shot looks like. But yeah, and I've got a bunch of different lenses. I'm not going to break it down in this video, all the different camera accessories, because that could be a whole nother video. But yeah, if you want that, let me know. And then the last thing I want to talk about is under the desk here. It's a DDJ Flex 6. I dabbled into DJing a tiny bit. I haven't really put any time and effort into learning it, and I'm a big slacker on that. This is something I definitely need to work on, becoming a bit of a DJ and doing lives with just the decks going. But yeah, last thing I wanted to talk about was my microphone. There's nothing really to write home about here. I probably should have put this a bit earlier in the video. I didn't think about it. But it's a Stadium USB mic. I'll put a picture up. But basically it comes with a stand, which is connected to the side of the table just beside you. And you can see it bend down in a lot of my videos. But I also have this little stand here. It's just a little tripod that came with one of my dad's cheap mics. And so I realized I could unscrew his mic from it and put mine on there. So that's what I've been doing a lot for these videos. But yeah, that's a brief rundown of my gear so far. If people ask about my gear, I might link them to this video now. But yeah, this is an update of 2023 in June. As I grow and progress, I'll probably collect more gear. You know, that collecting gear syndrome or whatever is a real thing. Anyways, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.